The crypto space is back with another Zora update for you guys. Zora right now sitting just under 44 cent, right? Zora, man, having a tough time breaking out of this range. As I went through in a previous video, just the previous video that I just posted, I showed you guys Zora's tokenomics and how Zora's tokenomics are just a bit better than Sui, right? Sui right now has 3.79 billion circulating supply with a max supply of 10 billion. Zora has 4.46 billion circulating supply. So I see people are saying, oh, well, the Zora tokenomics are not that great because, 50%, almost 50% is unlocked. Well, it has better tokenomics than one of the, again, I like Sui, right? I'm not going to talk down on the project, but Zora has better tokenomics than one of the more prophetic, one of the more successful L1s that the newer successful L1s that we've seen, right? Now, you wouldn't call Zora an L1. I would say it's more like it technically has that L1 type of it technically has it, but it's not, right? But every project that is launched through Zora is peer to Zora, right? So it's technically like a L1 or a L2. It technically is, right? Because every project launched on Sui is paired with Sui, right? So the more projects launch, the more successful projects, the more successful Sui is. Same thing with Zora. The more projects, the more creator coins, right? The more creators that are onboarded, the more successful the creators are, the more successful Zora is, right? It's just that it's tailored to creators in general. But there's still people that build D-apps in the Zora economy, right? There's still people that are making their D-app a Zora, right? So technically like a L1 or L2 here, but again, better tokenomics than Sui because it has already more, like 10% more unlocked in their tokenomics, right? So Zora right now sitting at 4323 cent. I still think, like I said, Zora is a great pickup here. Even when it was at 37 cent, I was like, yo, it's a great pickup on this dip. It moved up 30%, 20 to 30% since then, and I still think it's a great pickup. I think Zora is one of the only altcoins that will make a massive run, right, and do extremely well. See, Sui right now is circulating market cap is at 6.8 million circulating market cap, and Sui right now is only 200 mil circulating market cap. It's extremely undervalued with Zora. Zora is extremely undervalued at 200 million circulating market cap, guys. Again, you could see a $10 billion market cap, which puts Zora at $1. You could see a 50 bill market cap, which puts Zora at $5. That's so realistic, right? Again, like there's projects that are vaporwave that went to these price valuations, these valuations in market cap. Zora is disrupting a multi-trillion-dollar industry in social media, decentralized social media, and again, if centralized and web 2 social media is worth trillions, right, decentralized social media should be potentially worth hundreds of billions in market cap, right? At least, right? 10 to 20% of whatever the mass market cap of the web 2 social media is, right? Zora should be worth at least 10 to 20% of that, in my opinion, right? So I'm always going to be bullish on Zora here. Let's take a look at a couple tweets first before I transition, right? So see, the followers have been growing to 81k. They just made a post that leering, right, from the Nick Shirley, the leer. So he made a base post under his main creator coin, Nick Shirley, right? Remember, it's kind of like its own L2 as well, where there's a main creator coin, activated coin, and then each post under it. And if the posts are doing well, the main creator coin does well, and then so does the post as well. So it's like this constant circular flywheel of success. And then of course, when the creators do well, so does Zora. When Zora does well, so does the creators, right? So it's this crazy flywheel, like a wheel. Just think a wheel of everything benefiting, and once one thing benefits, everything else benefits, right? So that did well up. It did well in the recent 24 hours. Obviously, the Nick Shirley had a nice move up to 12 mil. market cap, right? And on a correction right now, so now's the time to buy the dip, in my opinion. If we take a look at Zora, let's see what we have here. Zora, any tweets that I should see? Let's see. Okay, so 2 hours ago, Trey right here, right? I follow him. He's one of the biggest bears. He's targeting Zora for Q1 2026 up to almost $1 per Zora, right? And he's a bear. So he has been saying short Zora for so long. So he flipped bullish, right? And he's targeting up to 50 cents to $1 for Zora. So you pay attention, okay? You guys pay attention. We have Crypto Winkle saying Zora is going to break out of this resistance to the upside here. Break out of the wedge. Crypto Nova saying Zora is going to break out of the wedge to the upside. Once it gets above 10 cent, I think we're off to the races for Zora, guys. I really do. And of course, with Zora doing well, so will its ecosystem. You know what else will do well? Horses don't stop, they keep going. Young Thug says, horses don't stop, they keep going. Horse will do well when Zora does well. I love this project. Like, I think this is like, you know, just this historical project that you have to own, right? Like, this picture has gone so viral. I'm always seeing people use this horse meme, right? And 2026 is the year of the horse. This is the original post. It was a Zora, and it escaped the cage of Web3, of the crypto space, the crypto bubble, and went so viral, even over to the Web2 space, right? The retail friendly space. And that's why I say horse will be, you know, it's probably gonna shock everybody and go to 100 mil to a billion, right? Because it's so viral. And Jacob, the founders, this is Jacob's the founder's horse. Jacob is always supporting it, right? And I think he just, you know, will, you know, do some stuff for fun and just send this thing to Valhalla, because, you know, he's just doing it for fun after he makes a crap ton off Zora, because he's already winning off Zora. So when he makes when Zora starts going to $5, right, on its way to $5, he making a crap ton of money. He ain't got nothing to do with it. He gonna be like, you know what would be fun? You know, the funniest outcome is the most likely. Elon Musk always says that. Jacob would be like, you know what would be fun? The founder of Zora, right? Time to send the horse. The horse is always running. That's my little conspiracy theory for this. So, as I said, I think 1 million horse tokens is gonna pay off greatly, right? And right now, that's $548 at this time, right? There's a community for horse. Again, this is the Zora. Again, this is under Jacob, the Jacob creator coin, the activated creator coin of Jacob. Horse is the base post, or the Zora under it, right? So when Zora does well, Jacob does well, horse does well, right? It's pretty simple, right? Skypin 2 hours ago, OG coin still the best coin, because this is like the OG Zora, and it's, to me, one of the best Zoras out there, other than the Nick Shirley. That's why I'm covering it all the time with the Nick Shirley, right? I also like the real Gary Tan, because Gary Tan is a billionaire. He is always with Sam Altman of ChatGPT. Both of them are billionaires. He's friends with Sam Altman, Gary Tan is. So I think Gary Tan's coin will also do well, right? But those are like my main 3 Zoras in the ecosystem. No disrespect to any other creator, but it's Horse, Nick Shirley, and the real Gary Tan, right? So Horse, like I said, is gonna be a massive runner. Bet on the fastest horse. No pun intended. This thing is going to 100 mil to a bill. I could see it right now, man. Jacob makes. You guys know Elon made like 2 billion or billions of dollars from Pump Fund, and he couldn't push, like, in recent times, could not say to himself, you know what, I got billions of dollars. Let me help the traders out. Let me help the investors of my platform and send one or two coins to billions. He did not. Why didn't he send Troll to billions, right? There was a reason Troll got to like 200. So let me pull up Troll real quick, guys. Let me show you out, man. Because Elon was pushing Troll heavy, right? You know, Elon pushed Troll heavy. And, I agree. He gave it some success, right? A decent amount of success nonetheless. But only you have $1 billion, right? In funds generated from Pump Fund. You only send it to 274 million. You didn't send it to a billion market cap to restore the trenches and make many multi-millionaires, 6 to 7 figure holders, or investors, right? He definitely could have did that. Just, Send it, man. Like, come on, bro. The trenches, I don't want to call it the trenches, but the space for the traders needs healing, right? So I think Jacob is going to be, you know, as far as the founder goes, I'm betting on Jacob just absolutely sending horse to the stratosphere, right? He going to be like, you know what would be funny? He say he makes, I don't know, maybe he makes 100 to 300 M's from Zora, right? He's going to be like, you know what's going to be funny? And then he's going to twop millions into horse. send it horse to 1 billion. I'm telling you, he likes this. I always see him like supporting horse in the tweets, man. So that's my little conspiracy theory. So like I said, 1 million horse, you're good to go. As always, none of this is financial advice. Again, Zora and its ecosystem will absolutely explode out of here. Like and subscribe. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.